when it's your dream, yeah, every new information about that, you will be the first one to know, because that's what you're chasing. So you're going to be all the time on ahead of everybody else. When it's not your dream, you all the time behind. You're not in a tap. You're behind all the time because you need to catch up all the time. So you have kind of spare time when you're with yourself that your mind go take different direction. You think about something else that more close to you, close to your dream. Now you see the gap. Yeah. Now we had 24 hours in a day. Yeah. When it's your dream, you're going to spend the whole 24 in that dream. When it's someone else's dream, you're going to spend less time. Now you have gap that you need to fill all the time.
That's true. That's true. So, as far as the objectives, you know, the steps to heading towards a goal for that person, you know, I know you mentioned those 3 steps that people have to take, but what is also something that if a person sees that they're not able to maintain the stamina or maintain the conviction or maintain the motivation to continue pursuing that goal, what is your
It's the support.
support?
This is the support that you need. You need, which is sometimes you pay for that support.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the other time you have it in hand, which is when you have people that believe in you, and they will encourage you, and they will hold you accountable to what you want to get.
So,
The support is supposed to be there in either way. Either you pay for it or somebody else provide it for you.
okay. Well, then at the same time, you could also make a request and go to people, look, I'm going to need your support on this. If, like you were saying before, if a person is trying to maintain a certain type of diet and he or she, one day is rushing, doesn't have the time to make a certain type of meal for themselves. So they eat out and eat not the right things and so on. How can they request perhaps somebody to make sure that they stay on target and stay on that? Because like you said, once they get into the habit of like, oh, I did it once, do it twice, like you said, they become a quitter. So what would you suggest for people to pursue as far as asking people to support them? And I say this because, again, when I was working on Short Term Family Guidance, there's a thing we call the wraparound. So for this particular child, and being able to stay in school. And so we gave him a choice to choose different people that were going to be part of his team, which we talked about here before, that was going to help him. So one person, like every single day, will call him, will be responsible to waking him up in the morning and making sure he had a breakfast and, go to school. Another person he chose to help him, after school, to come and meet with him and help him do the homework. Another person he chose to basically, if he was able to follow these different things, that would be there to do something fun with him. So the whole idea was he chose each person to be part of a support team to help him attain that goal of maintaining, staying in school, and so on. So is that something that you would suggest as far as, a way of people?
If you can afford it.
It's not afforded. I mean, these are people that he chose to.
I understand. For instance, Tiger Woods, the golfer.
Yes.
In his peak, he used to have 11 coaches.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have one for relationships, so it's messed up in that arena. But he have 11 coaches for 11 different areas in his life. That to keep him on the top.
Right.
Yeah, which is mean they didn't let him slip down. So this is the kind of support. Some, as I mentioned before, some people pay for it, pay for that support, and some people have it handy.
And they have it what? Handy?
Yeah, there are people that believe in you, and they want to support you.
Right.
Now, when it comes to support, you don't give advice, and you don't lecture, and you don't tell me anything is right or wrong. Nothing. I want your support. I don't want your opinion.
Right.
And there is a thin line between that. When I'm supporting you, I don't ask what you do. I support you.
Right. Well, in this particular situation with a student, there was just assigned tasks, that was done. So one person was responsible for waking him up and getting in the morning. So there's not any advice.
Mm-hmm.
That's how.
No, it's not advice. That's support.
Right. That's how he wanted to support, which I thought was interesting, which it empowered him. That he chose the people that he obviously felt they were reliable and that cared about him enough and loved him enough that would be able to be there for him
Right.
in those particular tasks. So, whatever goal that perhaps a person is pursuing, if she or him are able to say, look, this is the goal that I'm going to be pursuing for this amount of time, for this whatever period of time it is, if it's for the year, for 6 months, 3 months, whatever it may be, will you be there? Will you be able to support me? And this is how I need you to support me in this task and so on.
Yes.
So yeah, I believe that something like that would help. I know one time my sister, one of her goals is to get back in shape, and and she got a friend to be able to go to the gym with her. So
That's the support.
exactly.
That's
Right.
support, which is mean she don't give advice, she don't lecture her, she just go with her. That's what you want. I'm with you.
Right.
You want to go to the moon? I'm with you. I don't ask how. I'm with you. We figure out how to make that. Yeah, and this is the key. If you don't have this kind of support, and you by yourself, so I'll do it for who?
Right.
I have nobody to show, so who cares?
Exactly.
And that's what people fall short on that. Yeah. On the other hand, there is people that self-motivated. Yeah. But if you see, on the most part, they do it for themselves. It's inner job. It's not outside job.
Right. Outside.
Yeah.
job. Exactly.
Which is when outside job, which is you want to show other. When it's inside job, you want to show it to yourself.
Right.
That's the difference in the self-motivation.
So let me ask you, Haim, you like I said, you're a frequent guest here on my show, on the show, and I'm curious to why you chose this particular topic for today. Is it because of the timing, as you talked in the beginning, because of the?
First, I love your show.
Okay.
Yeah, and I love being here all the time. And the second, it's about to help people. I mean, people need support. People need to have some knowledge which they don't know. You can't blame them because this kind of stuff, not every school teach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if I can help someone, if it's that help for someone, great. I mean, I did something.
I find it interesting because there's so many, for years and decades, there's so many, goal setting is a topic, and it's an important topic because it makes us be able to get out of our beds every day and pursue something that obviously holds meaning to ourselves, that you would hope, or help somebody, have a dream and pursue it. Something that's going to help them be in a better place than where they were before. So that's something that I believe, it's such an important thing. But at the same time, it's interesting because there is a lot of knowledge out there. There's a lot of, books. There's a lot of, coaches such as yourself and others, speakers, you name it, shows, curriculums that are out there, but yet you think with so much information out there that everybody will be, this will be easy for them. So what do you believe is the ultimate challenge for people if there's so much out there available to them that impedes them?
It may sound semantic, but there is different there. When people looking, they're not active. They're sitting, they're observing what's going on, but they're not part.
Okay.
When you search, you're active. When you search, you will find. Yeah? If you don't search, you're not going to find. You just look. What's ever available, you will see it. If you don't see it, it does not exist. Now, on the most part, that's the way people behave. If I don't see it, it's not exist. I don't search for it. I don't need to search for it.
Right.
If you don't search, you're not going to find. You're not going to know what's out there. So you'll be surprised, but many people don't even know about that. They don't give the time to think. Yeah, they take the life the way it is, and this is life. And you hear it with all kind of mantra that people using, cliche, mantra, all kind of phrase that people use every day. Yeah, and basically they say they give up. Not exactly they give up. They take the life the way it is.
Well, it's interesting because as you're saying that, and one of the sayings, the mantras that you're referring to, one of the ones that really bugs me when I hear when people say it is what it is. I do not like the terminology because it seems like they just like you said, giving up. And I always say it is what it is until we choose to be something else, or to become something else, until we choose to make it something else that's going to serve us. When people people say that, it feels like it's out of their control. And perhaps some things there's nothing you can really do about it, but a majority of the way, like I believe if there's a will, there's a way. And there's a lot. I think the people that we see that are quote unquote successful, many different levels of success, are the type of people that never say that word. It is what it is, or I can't, or whatever it may be. So yeah, what you said about as far as the difference between looking, where some people just spectate and just observe as opposed to searching. And the operative word that you said also is thinking. A lot of people, I believe, are just kind of on autopilot.
They don't like to think. People don't like to think.
Yeah. Why do you believe that is?
Because that's disrupt your time, that disrupt your day, that disrupt your way of thinking. Because you need to think.
Right.
Everything is a habit.
It's a routine. Again,
routine is a habit. I mean, when you brush your teeth in the morning, you do it in one way for many years, and you will never change it.
Right.
You ever think about that?
No.
Why? Because it's a habit. You're an autopilot.
Right.
And most of our day built as an autopilot, as a routine. We do this, we do that, we do this, we do that. And day by day by day, it's the same thing. When something that's not in line, what's going on here? Now I'm confused. I don't know where to go with that. Your mind, what it does, it go back to safety. Yeah, I go for what's familiar, for what I know, what I feel safe. I'm not going to take risk. I'm not going to go for what I don't know, because I don't know when is that going to lead me, and I don't want anything. So it is what it is. That's what it is, what it is.
Right.
Now, when you want to change it, you need to have some different activity, even in your mind. You brush your teeth this way. Why? You ever think that maybe it's another way?
Right.
Maybe it's in a different way? Maybe it's in a better way? No, I do it for years. I used to that. Yeah, and everything else, and if you look at that, it's the same pattern. It's routine.
Well, Chaim, I just want to thank you for coming on the
You're
show
welcome.
today again and sharing your thoughts. It was always an interesting conversation.
I love
And-
that.
And to our viewers, I just want to say thank you for another episode here with Conversation with Dr. Da Silva. And until next time.